And the Lagos State Government has announced the CCECC-CRCCIG Consortium as the preferred bidder for the 4th Mainland Bridge project. The State Special Advisor on Works and Infrastructure, Aramide Adeoye, says the project will be flagged off in the first quarter of this year and will be completed in the year 2027.
This is what the proposed 37 kilometers 4th Mainland Bridge will look like, featuring 3 toll plazas, 9 interchanges with a design speed of 120 km per hour. The project is a proposed public-private partnership transport infrastructure, and the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has finally gotten a preferred bidder for the $2.5 billion project after undergoing a competitive bidding process.
The process started fortuitously in this room as well about 2019, where we opened some expressions of interest. We had 52 expressions of interest as far back as 2019, 27th of November to be precise. From that 52, we went down to whittling it down to 32, which were responsive. And after that, the process was then where we had a request for qualification, which we issued on the 10th of February 2020 to about 32 eligible applicants. Upon that, we received 15 responses back. Upon evaluation, we then moved from the RFQ stage to the RFP stage, which is request for proposal, where we ended up evaluating 6 responsive bidders. And on the 6th of from the 6 bidders on the 31st of May, we had a revised submission date due to the COVID pandemic, and revised submission dates ended 30th of August 2021, of which 6 bidders, only 3 responded and were responsive, and they progressed to RFP stage 2. The RFP stage 2 documents were issued to the final 3 bidders on the 30th of August 2022, with an extended submission date to 14th of November 2022. So the final RFP stage 2 documents were evaluated, and we arrived at the preferred bidder and our reserve bidder. Our preferred bidder, which was evaluated by the contracting authority, which comprised Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, Office of Public-Private Partnerships, along with project advisors, Messrs. Advanced Engineering Consultants, AEC, Messrs. KPMG, Financial Consultants, and legal advisors, Olano Wanjai, LP. So from this evaluation, Messrs. CCECC, CRCCIG Consortium emerged as the preferred bidder, while Messrs. Mota NGO, Nigeria and Africa, CCC, and CRBC Consortium emerged as the reserve bidder for the proposed 4th Mainland Bridge project.
The Special Advisor on Works and Infrastructure says the project will traverse the northwest towards the Lagos shoreline of Lagos-Ibadan via Ikorodu.
I want the Nigerian public, particularly Lagosians, to have faith and trust in this administration, that we are committed to this, we are deliberate about it, and that what you are getting here will represent one of the first-class engineering construction work that you can get. So what does this bridge mean for Lagosians? I always say this is like the M25 of England. It would remove gridlocks that we have all been experiencing, the level of serviceability that you have either on the 3rd Mainland Bridge or the Co-Bridge Akwogbon. Everybody, you see it, it's bumper to bumper every day. And people have asked, for how long will this be? The 3rd Mainland Bridge was finished in 1990. That was 32 years ago. How come it has taken us this long to come on the 4th Mainland? So this is coming after extensive route alignment and survey, 16 to be precise. So 16 route selections were carried out before we eventually arrived at this that has minimal number of demolition, that also fits into the resettlement action plan, and then also signed off with the environmental impact assessment certified by the Federal Ministry of Environment. Yes, it traverses both Lagos and Ogun State boundary. That is why we have seen a lot of stakeholder engagement on both sides. It's good that we have the Lagos-Ogun Border Development Commission, which has made the work a lot more easier, because everybody can see the opportunities that it presents for the 2 states. So essentially, it's a 37-kilometer long road. There is a road component, and there is a lagoon bridge component that is about 4.5 kilometers. You have the option of real estate provisions along the side. It will also cut across, it will take off from Ebamadesoya all the way over the lagoon, Badore, and then bust out at Sparklight on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The affected structures, we have taken time to rate them, so adequate compensation has been made. The estimated cost of construction is estimated to be about $2.5 billion. A lot of people have asked, why is it that we have not? For now, it looks like it's the FDIs that will work until when the consortium and then the bonds, the LDIs begin to come, we begin to have trust and confidence in ourselves that even our HNIs, our high net worth individuals and groups will begin to see infrastructure provision as a way of improving the lot in the country. Chinese, CCC, the group, the CCC consortium, they're not new to the Nigerian environment. They've done a number of projects here and in China. One of the things I always say is one of the most excellent bridges all over the world in difficult terrains have been done by the Chinese. What I tell people is the standards. This project allows for best of practice engineering practice, and the team with the technical advisors, with the supervisory team, with the project managers, the technical managers, anything short of that international best practice will not be accepted, anything short will not be accepted. So I want to reassure Lagosians. This 37-kilometer long road and bridge will represent the best of engineering in terms of standard and in terms of finishing and in terms of quality. It will also have ultimately 9 interchanges, 6, but for the first start, 6. 6 will be built. In addition to that, you would have some bus, so you have loops along the line where you would drop and will connect to other neighboring towns. It will also provide an opportunity for connection to the Lagos-Abuja highway, because presently we're working on the Konuarepo. Once we're able to finish that road now, we can then do the next connecting gap. So what we're trying to do is create a connecting loop that you can have alternative, that you can head on the Lagos-Abuja highway.
And a word of assurance for those whose property will be affected by the 4th Mainland Bridge project.
You will recall that when we started the red line on August 15, 2021, Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu did announce that all of the people whose property were demolished for that alignment, that they were paid. Not just the landlords, but the tenants. And this is the first time it's been done in Nigeria that you have tenants to come and take compensation for the discomfort that they may have suffered for being moved from one place to another. So they were not just left to their own devices. And the same way, all of the people will be affected by the construction of the 4th Mainland Bridge will not be allowed to just go astray. They will be well compensated. They have to show their titles, and once you can show your title to any property along that route, you are going to be compensated. So there should be no fear about that.
The 4th Mainland Bridge is expected to become the longest in Africa, and the projected period of completion is within 4 years.